The martial arts world has witnessed many legendary fighters, but two names stand above all others: Bruce Lee and Jet Li. These titans of combat sports and cinema have captivated audiences worldwide with their extraordinary skills, lightning-fast techniques, and philosophical approaches to martial arts. While both men dominated different eras of action cinema, the question remains: if these legends had faced each other in their prime, who would emerge victorious? Both fighters represent the pinnacle of martial arts excellence, each bringing unique strengths and fighting philosophies to the table. Bruce Lee, the Dragon, revolutionized martial arts with his groundbreaking Jeet Kune Do philosophy and explosive screen presence. Jet Li, the Shaolin master, brought traditional Chinese martial arts to global prominence with his fluid movements and technical precision. Their hypothetical clash would be nothing short of legendary. Bruce Lee's impact on martial arts cannot be overstated. The Hong Kong-born fighter broke barriers in Hollywood during the 1970s, becoming the first Asian martial arts superstar. His films like Enter the Dragon and Fists of Fury showcased his incredible speed, power, and innovative fighting style. Lee's philosophy of adapting to any situation and using the way of no way made him a revolutionary figure who influenced countless martial artists. Jet Li emerged in the 1980s and 1990s as the torchbearer of traditional Chinese martial arts. His early films in China, including the Once Upon a Time in China series, demonstrated his mastery of Wushu and various kung fu styles. Lee's transition to Hollywood with films like Lethal Weapon 4 and The Matrix trilogy brought his elegant fighting style to Western audiences, earning him recognition as one of the greatest martial artists of all time. Analyzing their fighting styles, Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do represented a revolutionary approach to martial arts. He emphasized practicality over tradition, incorporating elements from boxing, fencing, and wrestling into his fighting system. Lee's style focused on economy of motion, simultaneous attack and defense, and the principle of intercepting the opponent's attack before it could be completed. His physical conditioning was legendary, with a documented ability to perform 2-finger push-ups and deliver kicks faster than the human eye could follow. Jet Li's foundation in traditional Wushu provided him with an entirely different set of advantages. His training at the Beijing Wushu team from age 8 gave him extraordinary flexibility, balance, and technical precision. Lee mastered multiple styles, including Northern Shaolin, Chang Quan, and various weapon forms. His fighting approach emphasized fluid transitions, acrobatic techniques, and the seamless combination of offense and defense that characterized classical Chinese martial arts. In a prime versus prime encounter, the contrasting styles would create a fascinating dynamic. Bruce Lee's aggressive, direct approach would clash with Jet Li's more measured, technical style. Lee's explosive entry techniques and rapid-fire combinations would test Lee's defensive capabilities, while Lee's superior flexibility and traditional techniques would challenge Lee's adaptability. The first round would likely see Lee pressing forward with his signature straight punches and lightning-fast kicks, seeking to overwhelm Lee with pure aggression and speed. However, Lee's superior footwork and defensive positioning, honed through years of traditional training, would allow him to evade many of Lee's attacks while countering with precise strikes and sweeping techniques. As the battle progressed, Lee's conditioning and relentless pressure would begin to take their toll. His philosophy of "be like water" would allow him to adapt to Lee's defensive strategies, finding new angles of attack and exploiting any weaknesses. Lee, however, would demonstrate the patience and timing that made traditional Chinese martial arts so effective, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash devastating counterattacks. several factors would influence the outcome of this legendary encounter. Bruce Lee's psychological warfare and intimidation factor were as much a part of his arsenal as his physical techniques. His ability to break opponents mentally before the physical confrontation began was well documented. Additionally, Lee's cross-training in multiple disciplines gave him tools that purely traditional martial artists might not expect. Jet Li's advantages lay in his technical superiority and classical training. His understanding of timing, distance, and the subtle nuances of traditional martial arts would serve him well against Lee's more modern approach. Lee's experience in competitive Wushu also gave him the mental fortitude to perform under pressure. After analyzing both fighters' strengths, weaknesses, and fighting philosophies, Bruce Lee would ultimately emerge as the winner in this hypothetical showdown. While Jet Li's technical skills and traditional training are undeniably impressive, several factors tipped the scales in Lee's favor. Lee's revolutionary approach to martial arts, combined with his superior physical conditioning and psychological dominance, would prove decisive. His ability to adapt mid-fight and his relentless aggressive style would eventually overwhelm Lee's defensive capabilities. Lee's famous one-inch punch and his incredible speed would find their mark, while his conditioning would allow him to maintain his pace throughout the encounter. Moreover, Lee's practical fighting philosophy, which emphasized effectiveness over aesthetics, would give him the edge in a real combat situation. While Lee's techniques were beautiful and technically sound, Lee's approach was specifically designed for maximum combat efficiency. Regardless of the hypothetical outcome, both Bruce Lee and Jet Li have left indelible marks on martial arts and cinema. Their contributions to the art form continue to inspire new generations of practitioners and entertainers. Lee's philosophy of continuous improvement and adaptation remains relevant today, while Lee's preservation and promotion of traditional Chinese martial arts ensures these ancient practices continue to thrive. The comparison between these two legends ultimately celebrates the diversity and richness of martial arts. Each fighter represented the best of their respective eras and styles, contributing to the global appreciation of martial arts as both an art form and a means of personal development. Their legacies remind us that martial arts is not just about fighting, but about the pursuit of excellence, self-improvement, and the harmonious balance between mind and body.